I was painting as usual when a package arrived. Ladies and gents, I present to you the very first Trench Crusade plastic bits. I love Trench Crusade. I'm bad at Grimdark, I always end up with Grimpop, but I love the lore, I love the aesthetics, and I love the miniatures. So I cannot state it more than enough that this plastic miniatures from Trench Crusade is a very big deal. Plastic miniatures are easier to clean, easier to modify, easier to kit bash, and, well, practically the same when it comes to painting. So join me as we build this very first plastic Trench Crusade miniatures. Hi, I'm Don. Welcome to my channel. This channel is supported by all these awesome brands. Also, special thanks to The Army Painter for making this video possible. By the way, don't forget my discount codes and affiliate links down below. It won't cost you extra and it will help the channel. Also, you'll get some big discounts. I don't read my emails, well, as much as I should. So this package was it's a really big surprise for me. Like I mentioned, I was finishing a miniature I was painting when this package arrived. And when I opened the package, I immediately stopped painting. These plastic Trench Crusade miniatures were manufactured or made in Poland by Arkon Studio. Arkon Studio is the same company that made the dragon that was in the Army Painter contest. That dragon won me the contest because of your votes. You guys voted for the winner and I won. And I wasn't surprised with the quality of the miniatures because, again, it's not my first time to work on plastic made by Arkon Studio. Oh, it's important to note that the black plastic bases melts faster than usual with thin cement. This means that you could use thin cement to glue styrene or the actual miniature on the black bases. Arkon Studio plastic is practically the same with James Workshop plastic. So if you're watching this video, I know that you're aware, or you may even have, similar to me, a ton of 3D printed Trench Crusade miniatures. Generally, Trench Crusade miniatures has the perfect amount of detail and negative spaces that a painter would enjoy. Most, if not all, of the TC STL miniatures have very good character and has nice poses and good details. But it really depends on your printer and your skill in 3D printing. But this one, as you can see in the video, the plastic, the detailing in the plastic is really, really good. The typical Trench Crusade balance between sharp and crisp detail and of course the negative open spaces is very well thought of. As you can see, the details are very nice, very crisp, but you still have open spaces like the cloth and of course a little bit on the uniform to paint. Really nice stippling to add texturing to your painting. And you'll see later in the video, once we've assembled everything, that the poses are pretty dynamic, but not too dynamic. It's very, very balanced, very full of character, but not over the top. Well, a miniature unboxing video isn't complete if we don't assemble the miniatures. Now let's build. Now if you're liking this video, do give this video a thumbs up and consider subscribing to my channel. The main advantage of plastic miniatures is not really the detail, because one could argue that metal miniatures have more details than plastic miniatures, or they hold better or crispier or sharper detail sometimes than plastic miniatures. Resin casted miniatures are the same. If the company is really good at casting miniatures and doing resin molds, you'll have very sharp and good details. Now, of course, 3D printing is a different matter. You should have a really good printer and you have sort of knowledge and a little bit of skill on printing good miniatures. So details or holding sharp, really nice details is not the main advantage of plastic miniatures. It's the use of thin cement. So the main advantage of plastic miniatures is the use of thin cement. It kind of cleans the mold lines. You could use it to clean the mold lines. And of course, it doesn't feel as permanent as super glue because you could pull it off when it's still not fully cured. Also, you could use styrene sheets for the basing and you could practically weld everything together with thin cement. So you get some extra bits in this box after you've assembled all the miniatures. You'll get alternate weapons, and one of the characters has an alternate like sculpt, which is a lady. So you have a separate body and a different pose. And of course, you get extra heads. The heads are very nice and detailed, and you could switch them with the other figures. Now, before my final thoughts, a huge thanks to all my patrons at Patreon, Hajime Model Studio, and of course, The Army Painter for making this video possible. Now, it took me around 4 hours in the assembly of the miniature because I wanted to clean up the mold lines already with my panel scriber or panel liner. And then, of course, I also did a little bit of basing with styrene sheets, thick 1mm and 2mm styrene sheets. I'm not finished with the basing yet. I might add a little bit of skulls from James Workshop, and of course, other than the skulls, I might add a little bit of texture paint or UV putty. Foam, cork, or even glue and sand are really good basing materials. But when I work with plastic and I want a really durable basing or extra basing, I use styrene sheets. The ordinary figures like the troops are so nice. They're so nice, I felt I had to elevate them a little bit with 1mm and 2mm styrene sheets. You might notice in the video that the miniatures are a little bit shiny. The miniatures are shiny because I like after cleaning up the mold lines with panel liner, I scrape it off with panel liner and then I use a small amount of thin cement to smoothen down the surface. I also apply extra amount of thin cement in between gaps and of course in between the styrene basing and the miniature. Now it's important to note that this smooth and shiny surface is not good for priming. Similar to metal miniatures, your very first coat of primer, the very first spray, should be a mist coat. The mist coat will serve as a tooth for the succeeding layers of primer. Also, forced drying in between thin coats of primer with a hair dryer will result to a stronger finish. Now you could see in the video that the miniatures are full of character, typical of Trench Crusade miniatures. I can 3D print, but I'm not really good at 3D printing, so I must say that the details here are even more awesome than my 3D printed Trench Crusade miniatures. Another thing that I like with this exact plastic miniatures is that the pointy details are not that sharp, which I hate. Some miniatures have really pointy tips or arrowheads or whatnot or details, especially for 3D printing miniatures. That's so bad because it breaks so easily. Even with plastic, it kind of bends so easily if the details and the elements of the miniatures are too thin or too sharp. This one is just perfect, just enough sharpness to show that it's a detailed miniature, but not too much that it will damage easily. So unlike other plastic miniatures that have very, very small details or very thin details, this one will be extra durable if it falls down from the gaming table. But the details itself on the surfaces, on the middle parts of the miniature are perfect. Like if you just want quick painting with speed paint and use a lot of washes, the details will help you produce a decent looking painting. However, looking at the quality of the plastic and the details, I'm thinking of painting this on a higher quality level, not my typical speed painting in my recent videos. So I'll paint one miniature from this set and I'll have that video next week. So tell me in the comment section below which of the miniatures you see here would I paint first. This is the very first Trench Crusade plastic miniatures, and I pray and hope that they'll produce plastic miniatures forever. That's it, Pansit. I hope you like this video. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe and all that stuff. Until next video, guys. Bye! If you like this video, you might like these other videos.